Hello and welcome everyone to my YouTube channel Philosophy Simplified. So in pre-Socratic philosopher series we are going to discuss one of the most important thinker from Malaysian school, that is Anaximander. So Anaximander was a famous disciple of Thales and he belongs to the Malaysian school. He was a pre-Socratic philosopher who was known as the father of theory in the Western philosophy. So question is why he was known as the father of theory in the West. So unlike Thales, who proposed that water is the fundamental principles, Anaximander introduced the concept of Aperions. That means something boundless, infinite, something limitless, something non-physical, something which is beyond creation and destructions, something which is eternal. So Aperion is basically kind of force or energy, which is the source of everything. Everything came into existence out of that force, that energy, which is known as Aperions. And that is non-physical in nature. So when we look at the philosophical viewpoints of Thales, the early philosophers, but we find that he came to this conclusion that water is the fundamental stuff. By looking at the phenomenal world, he found that water is the dominating element. So he declared that water should be the primary source of everything, and everything directly or indirectly comes out of waters. But when it comes to Anaximander, he is looking for something which is not physical. It is neither water nor air nor fire. So he proposed the concept of Aperion. Aperion is some type of force or energy which is source of everything. Everything physical comes out of something non-physical. That is metaphysical. Basically, he was curious to know about the nature of reality. That is why he clearly said that the physical world has its ground in non-physical. Aperion is indefinable. Anaximander developed one of the earliest model of the universe. He proposed that Earth is cylindrical in shape and floats freely in space, unspotted by anything, and is positioned at the center of the universe. He also speculated about the nature of celestial bodies, suggesting that sun, moon, and stars are hollow wire-like structures filled with fire, which we see through opening in these beels. And Anaximander also proposed that sun is as large as the earth, or 27 times as large. This is a fact that sun is very larger as compared to earth, and Anaximanders proposed the same opinions. So Anaximander was also the first person who created the first map of the known world, demonstrating his interest in geography and cartography. His map reflected his understanding of the Earth's shape and positions, and it was a significant contribution to the development of early geographical thoughts. Anaximander also proposed a theory of evolutions. He believed that life begins in the sea and that humans originally evolved from fish-like creatures. He argued that early humans could not have survived in their infancy and thus must have come from beings that were fully formed at birth, leading to his idea that species adapted over time to their environments. Their contribution is very wider. They contributed in the field of geography, cosmology, physics. He was famous for his views about Aperion, a non-empirical source of everything. So he is the first one in the history of philosophy who goes beyond the sensory experience and declared that reality is not something physical, but it has its ground in something non-physical, and named it as Aperions, which is a kind of force or energy which is boundless, which is limitless, which is eternal, which is real. For this reason, he is treated as the most important Western philosopher.